Of house to welcome the RAF Red Arrows.
Well, a very good morning to the Goodwood Festival of Speed. My name is Squadron Leader Mike Ling and I am Red 10. I'm the supervisor with the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. I've just checked in with Red 1. We were meant to be displaying at 11:30 this morning. One of our aircraft had just had a technical problem as they were taxiing out at Farnborough Airport. So Red 5 has had to go for the spare aircraft. We always take the 10th aircraft that I fly to each venue, and then Red 5 has gone and jumped into my jet. They're just joining up now over to the east, and they'll be starting the display very shortly. So I am two-way communications with the Red Arrows, and they'll be starting the display here in just a minute or so's time. So we've got 9 jets in the sky now. We've got 3 types of display we can fly depending on the weather. Our full display allows looping maneuvers, but that needs a minimum cloud base of around 5,500 feet. But today it's a bit lower than that, so Red 1 might lead our rolling display where you'll see formation barrel rolls. If it is lower than 2,500 feet, he'll elect to lead the flat display where you'll see a series of bends and formations in different shapes. So I'll let you know what Red 1 decides to fly. He'll make that decision as they're running in.
This is Paul O'Neill out in the McLaren 570S GT4 car. I mean, well, it says it's Paul O'Neill. He's one of the drivers out there, but with that black windows, you can't really tell anything, can you? We believe now the Red Arrows are on their way, Red 10.
Thank you. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, at the Festival of Speed. Please welcome the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. You heard the voice there of Red 1 as they enter a left-hand turn in a very wide wall formation. That formation measuring 1,000 feet wide. And at the front of that is Red 1, who is squadron leader David Montenegro. Squadron leader David Montenegro is a former Hawk flying instructor and Tornado F3 air defense pilot. That's him at the front there. It's his 3rd year as the team's leader. That's them just entering a left-hand turn. They're in now Phoenix formation. A little bit more red, white and blue coming in from the north. This is Phoenix. With the coloured smoke on there, pitching up to roll back are Reds 8 and 9 as they move to the very back of the formation. On the leader's right wing is the first of our new pilots this year. He is Red 2. He is Flight Lieutenant Toby Keeley. Toby's a former Tornado GR4 pilot. More recently, he has been instructing on this version of Hawk and also on the Royal Air Force's newest advanced jet trainer, which we call the Hawk T Mark II. Looking over to your front right now, you see the shape of an aircraft, specifically the Spitfire, as 3 smokes come on, celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Royal Air Force's Battle of Britain memorial flight, entering a reversal with 3 smokes on in Spitfire.
Up, down, tight, listen in, out, right.
On the leader's left wing is the next of our new pilots. He is Red 3, Flight Lieutenant Dan Lowes. Dan's background is solely as a Typhoon pilot. You'll see the Typhoon displaying later on. In fact, you saw 2 of them just perform a very quick reconnaissance fly past as they were here this morning. So Dan was an instructor and also a weapons instructor on the Typhoon aircraft. So the jets have positioned to the north now as they get ready for a fabulous new manoeuvre. It's a modification of a manoeuvre we introduced last year, but this year we've put lots of colour in it, and hopefully you'll enjoy how much more dynamic it is. So soon to come in from the north, we're about to fly Tornado. Reds 8 and 9 with red and blue smoke on, rolling around the rest of the formation. This is Tornado.
Left now.
8 8 and 9 working hard there to keep the rolls around the rest of the formation, with red 1 leading a 3G left-hand turn with the coloured smoke on. They then tuck in at the back as we get ready for the next shape. Now we see reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 move to the very back of the formation as the pilots get ready to form the shape of the fabulous feat of British aviation excellence. Coming in from the north now in this left-hand turn. Cameras ready. This is Concorde. On the very bottom of the formation as we look at it is red 5, who has rejoined the team this year. He is Flight Lieutenant Chris Linden-Smith. He started off as a Tornado pilot in the Royal Air Force, then a Hawk instructor, and he joined the Red Arrows back in 2011. He left in 2013, having led the Synchro pair, and he's rejoined us this year. And it's him now at the very top of the shape. He's the chap who had to play catch-up, going for the spare aircraft at Farnborough Airport. So over to the right now. To the south, we're setting up for our trademark shape. All 9 smokes about to come on in diamond.
Let it in. Out. Rolling. Out. Click on. Go. Coming. Right now.
So there we go, our trademark Diamond 9 with all 9 jets smoking white smoke. Red 1 now calls dagger, so reds 4 and 5 move forward a beam, reds 2 and 3, reds 8 and 9 tuck in behind 6 and 7 to see a big T-shape. 5-ship line astern now in the middle with line abreast for the outside pilots. So coming in this right-hand turn, this is dagger.
Right. Go.
This is dagger. Well, that is the end of the first part of the Red Arrows display, where so far you've seen all 9 jets together in different shapes as the boys have performed our flat displays. And now they're getting ready to split into sections of between 2 and 7 jets for some even more dynamic performing. So in dagger there, that big T-shape, at the front were reds 1 to 5. They're known as Enid, after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And at the back in line astern in that straight line are reds 6, 7, 8 and 9. And their collective name as a formation is Jippo. Jippo was the nickname of the gentleman who first led the back 4 aircraft when the Red Arrows started flying 9-ship displays back in 1968. So Enid at the front and Jippo at the back. Looking directly east now, you'll see the pilots rolling out towards us above the trees. And it's time to get your cameras ready as we start the second part of our display with the detonator. So the 5 jets of Enid fanning out at the top. Now the coloured smoke of Jippo. With his smoke changing from blue to white at the front right, to the south there is red 6. He is the leader of the Synchro pair. He is Flight Lieutenant Tom Bold, and Tom is in his 3rd and final year as a Red Arrows pilot. He's a former flying instructor on the Tucano aircraft, teaching basic fast jet training, and on the front line he flew the Typhoon, protecting the skies of the UK and the Falkland Islands. So that's him to the south with the smoke on, followed by red 8. To the north now with the smoke is red 7. He's chased down by red 9. They're all descending to treetop height. Their closing speed is a staggering 820 miles per hour. Get ready. This is the Jippo Pass. So, turn, says red 6. The pilots go to full power. They keep their smoke on. They're turning away from us now. Each pilot is pulling 6G, or 6 times the force of gravity. Everything in their bodies weighs 6 times more than normal now, including their blood, which wants to pool in their feet. So they're working very hard to fight the G-force as they fly the Cyclone. Once again, the Synchro pair will cross at the front in what we call the slingshot, but you need to look to the right now, so looking to the south to find Enid. Get down, says Red 1. The wings of Enid dropping down to form an inverted V shape with the white smoke on. Soon to go to coloured smoke, looking in from the north now. A lone jet will approach. This is Red 9, flying through Enid's V in the Goose. Climbing steeply now, performing a twinkle roll is Red 9. He is Flight Lieutenant Emmett Cox, and he is in his 3rd and final year as a Red Arrows pilot. He's actually from New Zealand, but he moved to the UK in 2002 to join the Royal Air Force and became a Tornado flying pilot and flying instructor on the Tucano. That's Red 9 finishing the Goose as Enid climb off to the north. We now need to look straight ahead, looking to the east for Jippo, Red 6, 7 and 8. Red 6 with the white smoke, Reds 8 and 9 with the red and blue smoke. They're getting ready to split in the vortex. Up through the middle of the vortex with the white smoke is Red 8. He's Flight Lieutenant Mike Bowden. Mike's in his 3rd year in the team. He's a former Hawk flying instructor, Harrier GR9 pilot, and Tornado GR4 pilot. That's him now completing over to the north. He's getting out of the way to leave Synchro now, as they are perched at around 1,500 feet with their white smoke on, turning back towards the site here, about to descend back to treetop height, building their speed up to 400 miles an hour each as they close towards each other to perform the opposition barrel rolls. Diving down now as the speed builds up. They're about to pull 5G onto the line, pointing towards each other with a cross in the middle. Now, eyes to the front left, looking front left to the northeast now as we look for Enid. Enid, line astern goes, says Red 1. The smokes come on, they now drop down to form line astern. Stacked top to bottom, Reds 1 to 5.
Now.
As Red 1 enters a left-hand turn, the following pilots use their feet to input a lot of rudder. They swing the jets out like a pendulum. Here they come in a left-hand turn in line astern. Now, normally we fly our formations with the odd-numbered pilots on the left, the even-numbered pilots fly on the right, but in this shape it's the other way around. Reds 2 and 4 are on the left, Reds 3 and 5 are on the right. Now they switch back to their normal sides in the slalom. So now they're on the normal sides again. In from the left now, Enid with the red smoke on as they complete the slalom maneuver. Now Enid switched to white smoke, they're going to roll out to the southeast. We need to look to the right, to the south now, to find Jippo.
Smoke off there, Jippo, smoke on his go. Jippo,
Here we go, Reds 6 upside down, Reds 8 and 9 rolling around them in the Hurricane. Jippo finishing to the north. We need to look to the south now, looking south to find Enid. Here they come with the white smoke on, about to roll out down the line in loose diamond formation. This is the Revolution.
Rolling now. Rolling now. Rolling now. Second.
Enid there performing the Revolution. The pilot's flying what we call an aileron roll manoeuvre, essentially a full left-hand control column input, which rolls the aircraft very rapidly around its longitudinal axis. On the right of that shape there was Red 4, Flight Lieutenant Matt Masters, who's a second-year pilot in the team. Looking due east now to find Jippo. 4 jets of Jippo coming towards us, 8 and 9 rolling around 6 and 7. They're about to split in the Jippo break. With his smoke changing from blue to white, now on the left-hand side to the north is Red 7, who is Flight Lieutenant Cy Taylor. Cy is a former Tornado GR4 pilot, but then he crossed to the Typhoon, becoming an instructor teaching new Typhoon pilots. And you will see the Typhoon display and its awesome power this afternoon. Speaking of awesome power, these cars here, fantastic, going down the hill, ready for their hill climb. Now the Synchro pair coming in from the left and the right. They're about to perform the double rolls. Keep looking to the north now, where we will find Enid coming back for their next manoeuvre.
Enid, settle, set, late, 5-3. 2 and 3, roll, stop.
The inside pilots performing tight rolls to the outside as they fly the rollbacks. White smoke coming on for Enid now as they enter a left-hand turn, having finished their rollbacks. Now we need to look north and south again for the Synchro pair and their final manoeuvre. This time, Red 6 comes from the north and Red 7 from the south. With the white smoke on now, they're closing at 800 miles an hour. They're going to cross 3 times in opposing 360-degree 6G turns. This is the Carousel. Full power, pulling 6G. Remember, it's hard work at 6G. The jets can actually pull up to 9G, this aircraft, but in this manoeuvre it's 6. They're going to cross 3 times. We have special inflating trousers that inflate around our legs when we pull G. That stops the blood pooling in our feet, out of our brains, and stops us going unconscious. So now Synchro pulling 6G to finish the Carousel. Goodwood, please put your hands together for the Synchro pair. Now, looking straight ahead, due east now, you'll see Enid once again joined by Reds 8 and 9 for the displays finale. Back as a 7 ship, the white smoke has come on. Now to the east.
1 round.
1 rolling, says Red 1. As he puts his red smoke on, he pitches up to draw the mathematical symbol for infinity around the rest of the formation. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the infinity break. You've been watching the Royal Air Force aerobatic team, the Red Arrows. Red 1 now putting his white smoke on so that he can gather the rest of the formation. They head back to Farnborough Airport for our team event.